Re-
Aloha. Mm. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I am creating this video right here, right now, very impromptu, in honor of the goddess, in honor of all of the mothers out there, and really, really bringing through a message from the goddess, from our Earth Mother, about the rise of the divine feminine and our desperate need to connect with her, to reconnect with the earth, to reconnect with the goddess energy. And I know that we know this, a lot of us know this, but this is what is arising in me as I'm working with the mother, that we are in a time where we've done a lot of our own inner work. We tend to move towards the transcendental in the ascension process. And even knowing that there is a deep need to connect with the earth, to change how we live on the earth, to be in harmony with the earth, so many of us are still very disconnected from the true essence of the sacred feminine, of the goddess. When we speak of God, it is both masculine and feminine, the God and the goddess. And still, well, I'm not going to say still because we're trying to change things. She has been so forgotten. And so many women have gone through this journey of not being heard, not being acknowledged, being objectified, being raped, all of these same things on the micro level that the mother that we're doing to this the same thing to the earth, to our earth mother on the macro, and it's really time for us to bring that around and deeply connect in deep reverence that she is an intricate part of God and our ascension. And the feminine is a feminine aspect of God that we usually, uh, view as male, which I call it God and the goddess, or Father and Mother Earth, Father, Son, Mother Earth. That's how I interpret. That's my communion in the way that I feel and sense and work with light and energy and frequency. Other people may have different beliefs, which is perfectly fine. The message is really about, I don't know if it's just for women or men too, but this deep need to talk about where we're at as a collective and where we're at in the divine union within, where we are at really with connecting with that higher unity consciousness, as well as the new consciousness that wants to birth. We are the midwives of the new earth, right? And so many of us are blocked with the manifestation of that because of this century-old trauma and wounding and the current distortions. And what I'm receiving, and I just had a really deep sacred space circle with a friend of mine that I'm so blessed to be able to have, that it is the mother, it is the goddess that wants to teach us. And a lot of us that are even pioneering things, whether you're a healer, a teacher, or you're out there doing your light work, we can only do what we know how to do. And like, and we don't even know how to do anything any differently. And this beautiful, beautiful process that I'm having right now is that I'm not going to find it out there. I've never really been able to find what I need, you know, that as we are rising into our divine feminine essence and, and, and really working with the goddess energy, that she is the teacher, and she is the mother, and she is the higher consciousness, and she is creating through us, and she will continue to create through us as we continue to deepen our relationship with her, deepen how we receive love from her. This is not just when we often say the love of God and this unconditional benevolent God, it's often labeled as just masculine, and it just isn't. These two energies of masculine and feminine really dance together into our creations. And I'm suspecting this is true also for the masculine. It's very wounded as well because of the suppression of the divine feminine. We really need to bring that back into play, into our conversations, and allow ourselves to understand what the feminine needs at this time and what the masculine needs at this time, and begin to work together in that unity consciousness, in the collective, also in our individual healing process. And I think that people will know when it's time, to really deepen their conversations with each other, because don't really think that there's any teachers out there that know or are teaching. I mean, there may be, and I may just not have access to them yet. And I know that there's a lot of new earth stuff going on, and there's a lot of things birthing and happening. But to really understand how it's happening energetically and what is happening energetically, and to be able to bring that into our consciousness and be able to talk about it with each other, so that we can create and bridge the gap, really bridge the gap, and really uncover and unveil that true wounding that is happening in both the masculine and feminine, whether it's wounding of persecution, whether it's sexual trauma, whether it's the inability to give and receive love, the deep, deep wounding due to the separation, and all of the things that have distorted over the centuries and are still a toxic mess out in the world today that need to be changed. They need to be transformed. The only way we're going to birth that into the world is goddess, through really bringing the goddess back into everything that we do when we talk about spirituality. So, yeah, I feel like we're all searching for the mother, in a sense. That we're all searching for that aspect in ourselves that can nurture and love ourselves. And I just give so much gratitude and honor to the women that have come before me, to the women that have been my mentors, to my own biological mother. And also as a healer, seeing, you know, women's past lives and their current wounds and what we are uncovering in the shadow, what really needs to be held and protected. And the truth is that so many of us do not feel held and protected by the masculine. And where do we, you know, birth in these new things that, you know, as a divine feminine into the world when we feel so unsafe and so unprotected? It really takes some time to create those sacred spaces for ourselves and in our work and in our communities to be able to feel safe enough and vulnerable enough and to be able to love enough in our hearts, the two most vulnerable things that we're wounded over: our heart and then our root, you know, feeling safe in this world and being able to feel safe once again. So again, I honor all the mothers out there. I honor the great goddess. My God, I honor. She is just like so incredibly amazing. And she has so much love and healing to bring into this world. Not only through the divine feminine, but through the sacred masculine in physical form, you know. I just want to make that clear. Energetically, we're both masculine and feminine within, but in the physical form, showing up in as a masculine person in the world or a feminine person in the world, the difficulties and challenges and wounds that we're faced with individually and collectively. And we've got to really uncover that shadow and look at it all together. You know, at some point, we need to continue to dance and weave our individual healings together into that unity and that really understanding what the feminine needs at this time, what the masculine needs at this time to continue our evolution and growth and rise into oneness and unity consciousness so that we can midwife the new earth, you know, so that we can continue to create everything that needs to be created and cleaned up in the world. For those of you that are taking that journey, I honor your work in the world. The goddess honors your work in the world. She wants to continue to use us as the conduits to bring things forth that need to be brought forth. And I think that is why this message is being brought forth. It's because in every channeling I do with the goddess, the first thing is that she needs to be acknowledged more. She needs to be given more reverence. She needs to be seen and heard and understood because she is what is going to be, she is the consciousness that wants to come through and speak through us, birth through us, create through us what needs to be created in the world. So I feel like that's her ask. And then I want to share this one other thing that is really important. You know, I always had this idea that we're hurting the planet, you know, the mother's hurting and we, you know, have raped her enough. And I never knew that I could give her my pain. Okay. I've been holding so much pain inside myself. And as this pain is breaking open, through the alchemy that I'm going through at this present time, she is teaching me that I can give her my darkness, that I can give her that pain. And I never wanted, I never knew that wasn't a connection for me. Usually we're taught to surrender and to give it to God, which is the goddess as well. But we do this for me. I'm gonna speak for me. For me, it is about surrendering and giving it to God and giving it up to the consciousness. And she is asking to know, to drive that darkness down into the center of the earth where she can transmute it. And she will transmute it. And she will transmute the darkness on this planet. But that we can give her that, all of it, all of the pain, all of the infection, all of the disease, all of the sorrow, all of the grief. And she will take it and transform it. So for those of you out there that are in your work, as an alchemist or transmuting a lot of energy, empaths, energy workers, know that, just by grounding yourself, sitting cross-legged on the earth and feeling, you need to feel your own pain, but you can also energetically streamline it down into the center of the earth and allow the mother to transmute it. She needs to support us. She wants to support us, our evolution in that way, and fill us with supreme and divine love. And that we are not alone and we don't have to continue this like hard, arduous journey of trying to transmute all of this energy, all of this darkness ourselves, which I think I am sensing right now that a lot of at least divine feminine or energy workers are doing that. It's why everybody's saying we're so freaking tired. We're just tired, because we just can't do it anymore. We're at the end of our rope, and we need something to shift and change, and we've been working too hard. And she's here for us, just as much as the cosmic forces, the ascended masters, the ETs, or the cosmic races, the higher consciousness, the God's consciousness, the energy from the sun. The mother is also here for us to support us. She wants us to use her by paying reverence to her and allowing her to take our pain, to take our darkness, to take that shadow and learn whatever and face it, really face it, and learn whatever we need to learn from it and be empowered by her and with her to make and create great change in this world, to birth a new world. Yeah. Again, I just give a big shout out to all the mothers out there. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You hold a lot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Aloha.